So for my January 2025 reading, I decided on a couple things. For one, I'm traveling. So for much of January, I'm not going to be where I am. Book club is not going to happen. So instead, I have another book that is in my to be read pile that I'm hoping to get through. In this month, I have three physical reads as far as actual books. And then I have two books that are on my Kindle. So in total, I think I have five books that I'm planning to read. The first book is Swarm by Arthur Herzog. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly, and I apologize if I'm mistakenly pronouncing things. I have a hard time with my speech, so it's likely that I'm going to mispronounce. This is an older book. Look at the color of the pages and the smell. You can't smell it from there, but I love it. Anyway, so this is a book that apparently was written in 74. Here, I'll put it the right way for you. And the movie came out in 1976. So that makes me think if it was written in tandem to the movie coming out. Wikipedia says no. Wikipedia says that it came out prior to the movie actually being in production. So it's a little bit suspicious that it's so close together, but I'm going to read the back of this book for you. Family attacked by bees. Two killed. Maryville, September 26th. A family of five on an outing on an isolated spot by a stream were attacked by bees here. Mr. and Mrs. William Peterson died as a result of bee bites. Their three children were attacked. One, Karen, age 12, severely. What caused the bees to attack here is not known. This was the beginning, barely noticed. Only a few scientists felt the first stirrings of terror. But then the death toll began to mount, and terror erupted into the national panic as great swarms of savage bees, deadly killers, blotted out the sun in their spread across the country. Now, with town after town falling under the devastating black cloud of bees, a crack team of scientists races desperately against time to fight an enemy only they can only partially comprehend, the swarm. So that sounds kind of interesting. I love insects. If you know anything about me, you will know I have no fear. And insects are one of the things that I have no fear about. I have no problem with spiders or anything, any creepy crawly thing. So I'm looking forward to reading that. The second book, I actually wasn't able to find more information on. And I can't say that I was trying really hard to decipher, but I think that the copyright tells me that the book and movie came out kind of in tandem. And that's the part that I was trying to get more information on. Because the copyright of the book and when the movie came out is the exact same. So this book came out in 1980, and the movie did as well. And it's called The Final Countdown by Martin Caidin. Again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing the name. But it also says on here, a novel by Martin Caidin, based on a screenplay by David Ambrose and Jerry Davis, and Thomas Hunter and Peter Powell, based on a story by Thomas Hunter and Peter Powell and David Ambrose, now a major United Artists release. So I'm not really sure. It sounds like there was a story and a screenplay that the book was written based off of. Now, That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a bad story or anything like that. I know I read 2001 Space Odyssey, and it was written after the movie came out. And that was a fine book. I don't know. The premise of this book, I'm going to read the back for you here. The Final Countdown. December 7th, 1980. The United States naval carrier Nimitz is the finest ship in the world. She is carrying a nuclear payload that can level a continent, and a fleet of fighter jets that can deliver it. Her crew is a hand-picked one, like Captain Matthew Yelland, who endured the torture of a Viet Cong and did not break, and Warren Lasky, the civilian think tank, who designed the warship to weather any battle. But a nightmare journey has brought her to a place where no amount of brains or courage can help. To battle what no man can win. Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. It's not as old as The Swarm. Still has kind of that old book smell, though. But I want to say that these books came in a box package. I think the person I was dating at the time got a bunch of these books, and we went through them, and whatever he didn't want and I didn't want, we gave to charity. But I got a lot of these, and so there were some really old books in there, so maybe that smells from that. I don't know. All I know is I like it. The last physical copy that I have is Blade Runner, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. The summary at the back of the book is very brief. It says, it was January 2021, and Rick Deckard had a license to kill. Somewhere among the hordes of humans out there lurked several rogue androids. Deckard's assignment? Find them and then retire them. Trouble was, the androids all looked and acted exactly like humans, and they didn't want to be found. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie. I didn't see the newer one with, what's his bucket? I should remember this. He's Canadian. It's not going to come to me. I'm horrible with names. So that's the last physical copy that I have. The next two books are on my Kindle, and they don't have movies associated with them, at least not yet. I don't know if later they are going to. The first book is titled And Then I Woke Up by Malcolm Devlin. The book is written in 2022 and is short. It's 168 pages. So the summary from Goodreads is, in a world reeling from unusual plague, monsters lurk in the streets while terrified survivors arm themselves and roam the countryside in packs. Or perhaps something very different is happening. When a disease affects how reality is perceived, it's hard to be certain of anything. Spence is one of the cured living at an Ironside rehabilitation facility. Haunted by guilt, he refuses to face the changed world until a new inmate challenges him to find her old crew. But if he can't tell the truth from the lies, how will he know that he has earned the redemption he dreams of? How will he know he hasn't just made things worse? That sounds like a Black Mirror episode to me. I am really looking forward to reading that. The last book that I'm wanting to read this month is Subcutanean by Aaron A. Reed. This book was written in 2022. It's a little bit longer at 231 pages, but it's still not a long book. The summary of this book on Goodreads is, a 2021 Lambda Literary Award finalist. Insecure college senior Orion loves music, books, and his friend Nico. When the two of them find a basement in their rambling old off campus house, at first Orion is thrilled. It is another secret to share, another adventure to maybe, at last, bring them closer together. But something's wrong. The basement doesn't end. Blandly decorated halls stretch out for miles past peeling wallpaper. Empty bedrooms and countless stairwells are always leading down. Soon, they realize downstairs is a snarled tangle of possibilities, more and more opening up the deeper they go. Something down there multiplies everything: architecture, emotions, even people. Together, they must navigate an increasingly dangerous labyrinth that peels back their friendship to raw and angry roots. Filled with two faced doppelgangers, treacherous architecture, and long buried secrets. Most dangerous of all is Orion's consuming obsession. Somewhere down there a Nico who loves him back. Subcutanean is a unique novel that changes with every printing. Each copy contains a unique telling of the story. No two are ever quite the same. So that's interesting to me. It's interesting to me that the book that I'm reading is not like another's book. So I don't know what that means as far as buddy reading or whatever. It'll be interesting to hear what another person's experience is of the book. I can just tell you whether I recommend it or not. So I'm looking forward to the books that I'm planning to read this month. It is a very ambitious month because I'm going to be traveling as well and whatever. But I think that all the books that I have planned are on the shorter side, are not huge books by any means, are not, I don't know if they're going to be slogs to get through, but at least I don't think they are. So let me know what you're planning to read this month. Have you read any of these books? With that, I'm going to sign off, but I hope that you're having the best time in the situation that you find yourself today, and I will talk to you later.